ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਾਰਜ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਰਨਾ। ਤੇ ਭਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੋਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਵਾਬ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਲਾਂਗੇ।
ਓਏ ਮਾਹਦਿਆ ਸੂਰ ਮਿਆ ਵੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਬਣ ਨਾ ਹੰਕਾਰੀ ਤੂੰ ਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੂਰੇ ਝੁਕੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਬਣ ਨਾ ਵਪਾਰੀ ਤੂੰ।
ਓ ਮਾਦੀਏ ਹੋਣੀਏ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਡਰਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਐ। ਪਰਦੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਨੀ ਜਿੰਦ ਤਲੀ ਤੇ ਟਕਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਐ। ਓ ਦੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਿੰਦ ਤਲੀ ਤੇ ਟਕਾਈ।
क्या बात है, क्या बात है आत्मा जी, बहुत वधिया सोच है। इस तरह की सोच मैनू लगता हर कलाकार की होनी चाहिए, पर अजकल के कलाकार भगत सिंह दे नूं फॉलो करके हथियार नहीं चकते। कुड़ी नूं पिंडों कढ़ना होवे उदों हथियार चकते हैं, उदों पिंड चों अनाउंसमेंट कराउंदे फलाने पिंड वाला गिल आ गया, अपने घरां दे कुंडे ला लो। क्यों अजकल के कलाकार शोशेबाजी, ड्रामेबाजी ते गैंगस्टर दे पिछे भज्जे फिरदे आ?
गल ये आ वी मेरा तुसीं छोटे भरा हो तुसीं ते क्योंकि जिहड़े ਉਹ ਕਲਾਕਾਰਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੇ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਭਰਾ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਨੂੰ
ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮਾਲਵੇ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਫੇਰ ਸੁਣਾ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਨਵੇਂ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਸਾਰੇ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਐਲਬਮ ਦਾ ਗੀਤ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਲੱਸੀ ਪਿਆ ਕੇ ਪੱਟੀ ਚੋਬਰਾ ਗਲਗਲ ਵਰਗੀ ਜੱਟੀ। ਓਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੋਏ, ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਨਵਾਂ ਨਵਾਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦਾਖਲਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਲਾਇਬ੍ਰੇਰੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ, ਕੰਟੀਨ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਮੋੜ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਬਾਈ ਖੜਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਸ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਟੀਚਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਤੋਂ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਗੰਨੇ ਸੀ ਚਪਾਉਂਦਾ, ਸਾਗ ਸਰੋਂ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਰੋਟੀ ਮੱਕੀ ਦੀ ਖਵਾਉਂਦਾ, ਖੱਟੀ ਜੀਭ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਦ ਵਾਲੀ ਖਟਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਪਿੰਡੂ ਜੱਟ ਨੇ ਪਲਾ ਕੇ ਲੱਸੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ ਲਾਲੀ ਆ ਗਈ ਵੀ ਕੰਮੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੌਖਾ, ਲੱਸੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਫੂਕਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਹੁੰ ਲੱਗੇ, ਬਾਬਾ ਮੇਹਰ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ, ਵੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ
You done?
देखते हैं मेरे सारा तो बहुत सारा थैंक्स तुझे सारे आप दे कीमती समय चो समा कढ़ के आए। सो अगला गीत लोक तत्थ शाहां दा कर्ज बुरा जिगर दा दर्द बुरा। सो की कहंदा सुन के जी। हाँ जी हाँ जी। सो मैं कहा भैणा भी टाइम कढ़ के आई, रोटी रोटी खा आई हो कि नहीं हले खाए, फिर जिन्ना मर्जी टाइम लाइए आप है ना। वो आंटी दा ते हत्थ आ गए, कहंदे हाँ जिन्ना मर्जी टाइम लाओ। इधर बच्चे भी बैठे हैं ना। नवा गाना सुनिया सारे ने, तुसी भी सुनिया सच्ची? केड़ा गाना नवा नहीं सुनिया? सारे सुना के जाने की कहंदा। पहले तो सारे जने अपने अपने नाम ते एक ताड़ी करके नहीं बैठा, हाथ खड़ा करके ताड़ी लाओ, पता लगे क्या साथ दे रही ने। सारे का बहुत सारा थैंक्स।
Okay, in this video I'm going to show you what to do when you get an error when trying to upload a video to YouTube. Whenever you see invalid, so this information here doesn't disappear, I'm going to open YouTube in another tab, and you would click on your channel icon in the top right hand corner and go to settings. Click on settings and go down to where it says view additional features, which is right down there, and click on view additional features. The additional features are displayed, and then you click Video Manager. It was saved as a draft, and if you want to edit the information instead of it and the basic information on it, you can edit the title and the description and the tags to go along with it. This is the video I was trying to upload. It was a setup for Chromecast, and I'm going to copy and paste that to the title. Copy and paste. Now the tags, and click enter. Okay, and the information is there, and then click publish, and when you're done, I'm going to select the thumbnail to be chosen and click publish when you're finished, and it will publish all the additional information you've added for the video, and it's saving the changes right now. Now let's go back to my YouTube homepage. Let's go up to my page, back to Video Manager, and all the information I chose is now updated. The video is published. Hello, and thanks for watching.
Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. So today I'm going to show you how to secure and upload a video YouTube. Then you can go to Video Manager by additional features. So this is a long process, long way. Video Manager directory, and just by click here, if you are gonna do, I'm gonna do publish, but before I'm gonna do publish, I'm going to description. If you wanted to edit, I'm just going to publish as me. Go to dashboard.
रुबाइयां दे दुखड़े मैं किसनों सुनावा दे दुखड़े मैं किसनों सुनावा रुबाइयां दे दुखड़े मैं किसनों सुनावा रुबाइयां दे दुखड़े मैं किसनों सुनावा मैं किसनों सुनावा मैं किसनों सुनावा किसनों सुनावा मैं किसनों सुनावा रुबाइयां दे दुखड़े मैं किसनों सुनावा मेरा दिल की चौदा मेरा दिल की चौदा ऐसा पैसे किया मुझे आलिया तेरी बरसी बधाई नजारा गया ऐसा पैसे किया तेरी बरसी बधाई नजारा गया काली कमली वाला मेरा यार है 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 सब नबियों का यादगार है काली कमली वाला मेरा यार है सब नबियों का यादगार है काली कमली वाला मेरा यार है सब नबियों का यादगार है काली कमली वाला मेरा यार है सबका यादगार है नबियों का आका सरदार है ओ काली कमली वाला मेरा यार है सब नबियों का आका सरदार है काली कमली वाले टूटे टूटी पर काट ऐसी मारी मेला गया ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਖੜੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕਿ ਆਦਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਮੇਲਾ ਭਰ ਗਿਆ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਰ ਮਿਲ ਗਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀਰ ਨੇ ਰੌਣਕ ਲਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਏ सच्ची सरकार दा सोना ना सुन के अज दुनिया चार चफेरियों आई हुई है एवें बिगड़ी नहीं जगदी बनाई जांदे इदी बिगड़ी भी अल्लाह ने बनाई हुई है ओ खाकी क्यों ना जगते फैज होवे जिदी मौला ने जोत जगाई हुई है दाता जी दी जगदी जोत सुन कदीमों जदों दुनिया शुरू हुई है जदों कायनात मखलूक साजी है उस खुदाबंद करीम ने रब जाने किन्ने अमीर रहीस वली कंधारी इस दुनिया तो होके चले गए पर इस दुनिया पर नाम रहा है उन शख्सां दा जिन्हां ने उस परमात्मा नूं साक्षात मन्निया है ताइयों कहा गया है कि ताजदारां दे ना अमीरां दे दीवे जगदे सदा फकीरां दे दरबार दे विच आए फकर फकीर रब दे दर कर वजीर जी आया नु जमात जुड़ी है अज फकीरां दी मेरी एडी औकात नहीं पे मैं सिर्फ कर सका फिर भी शायर ने लिखा है लिखे कि उन्हां कुलियां नूं भाग लगे जिथे डेरे लाए संतां ने ये धरती नहीं बैकुंठ समझ जिथे फेरे पाए संतां ने है तू कौन ते मैं कौन इहो भरम मिटाए संतां ने ओ चन्न गढ़ी वाले अते पटी दे सुते भाग जगाए संतां ने जंगल विच मंगल ला देते जिथे होवे बस ਵਾਸਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੰਗਲ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਵਾਸਾ ਫਕਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੰਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੰਗਲ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਵਾਸਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਕੁੰਠ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਕੁੰਠ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਕੁੰਠ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਜੀ ਜੰਨਤ ਦੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਮਰ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਜੰਨਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਜੀ ਸਵਰਗਾਪੁਰੀ ਦੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਆਪਣੀ ਡੋਰ ਦੇ ਪਰ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਰਗਾਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਦੀ ਰੱਖੇ ਜਾਂ ਅੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਲ ਰੱਖੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜੰਨਤ ਦੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸ਼ਾਇਰ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਪੁੱਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਜਹਾਨ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤਰੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਸ਼ਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ
About the audio mic. At M&N, any headphones should suffice, including your own personal earbud. So how to attach headphones? You're going to take your headphone plug, put it in one hand. You're going to flip your camera around to where the Sony label is, and right above the Sony label, there is a rubber dust cover. Pull back, flick it backwards, take your headphone plug, plug it in, and your headphones are attached. So now that you can hear your audio, let's attach some microphone wire and enable camera around. And your microphone inputs are located here. You're going to pull back the rubber dust cover, and we're going to do input 1 first. Take the other end of the XLR cable, attach it, and your handheld mic is now attached. Now we're going to plug in our wireless mic receiver. I'm going to take my wireless mic receiver, which also has an XLR cable, pull the rubber dust cover to input 2, attach it. Now that your microphones are attached, you have 3 input options for your microphones. So you flick up the clear window, and your 3 options are line, mic, and mic plus 48V. Use line if you are recording in a location where you will be given a feed from an audio board. Use mic setting for wired handhelds and the wireless mic kit. Some mics need a little extra juice and should be set on mic plus 48 volts. These mics include Eminence wired lavaliers, the shotgun mic, and the onboard mic for the NX5U. Next, we want to adjust our setting audio levels. In the second area where microphone set controls expose for manual levels for each input. The most important thing is to take the switch right next to the control knob and flick them down to man, which is short for manual. Now that you've established that you have manual control for inputs 1 and 2, you want to come over to the next row of switches and flick them all the way down. By doing this, you are ensuring that input 1 is going to channel 1 and input 2 is going to channel 2. And that is respective to our 2 microphones, the handheld and the wireless mic kit. Another audio essential is to conduct a mic check. Get the mic check by asking a question, not by having them tap on the mic or counting. Switch the monitor, which is on the backhand side, for channel 1, that's for mic 1, channel 2,
equipment, external microphones, or connecting to a mixer to take a live feed from a DJ at a wedding, or whatever you need to do, we're going to discuss how the audio system works on the UX cameras. 2 things to know about. First of all, potential audio inputs. You got a stereo microphone. That counts as 2 inputs. There's left and right. Those are considered separate inputs. And then we have the actual XLR input ports. We have port 1 up here, port 2 down here. So this is what you connect your audio devices to if you have a microphone, or if you're taking, like I say, an XLR feed, maybe from a DJ's music machine or a mixer at a professional speaking event. Whatever type of feed they have, you can connect that to the XLR ports. Does not have a little like 1/8 inch microphone in jack, so you need to use an XLR microphone. Once you've connected those, then we have to set the switches appropriate for what you're using. So the nomenclature on the switches says that we're talking about channel 1 and channel 2. Those are the recorded audio channels. You can think of them as left and right because generally channel 1 will be routed to a left speaker and channel 2 to a right speaker, but just so you know what we're working with, there's channel 1 and channel 2. You can use the left input on the stereo microphone to go to channel 1 and the right input to go to channel 2, or you can use either XLR port to go to either channel. So channel 1 could use XLR1, channel 2 can use XLR2, or you could swap that around. Channel 1 uses XLR2, channel 2 uses XLR1. Or you can set both ports to take the same input. This is a handy technique we use frequently. When you only have one microphone, you can set both channels to record from that microphone. And then what you can do is you can set the audio level for one channel to be lower than the other. This can help prevent against overmodulation. If the speaker suddenly gets very loud and it might overdrive your audio channel, well, then you have a secondary channel being recorded at a lower level for a backup for safety purposes. Or another way to configure the camera is you set your XLR microphone on one channel, and then you leave the second channel as the inboard microphone. And one reason you might want to do that is maybe you're doing an interview and you want the microphone to be able to catch your questions that you're asking the person, because maybe they're so far away and they're using a lavalier and it's not really picking up you as the interviewer, your voice, but you still want to know, what question did I ask, even if it's not going to be part of the main program. So you can pick that up using the onboard microphone. When you configure the switches, you have the opportunity to enable either the onboard microphone or the XLR port. When you're looking at the XLR port, you can select whether that's going to be set to microphone level or line level. Microphone level is obviously for when you're using a microphone. And when you're using a microphone, some microphones need to be powered. They can be powered internally sometimes, and if that's so, that's okay, you can just set this on mic. Or they need to be powered from phantom power. The camera can supply phantom power. It's called plus 48 volt phantom power. So you'll see the choices for microphone are either mic or plus 48V. If you set the switch to plus 48V, then that means that a microphone is attached and you are powering the microphone by the camera. The line setting is for when you're taking audio from a line level source that is not a microphone. Typically, if you're looking at the output that's usually of input level. So you can set that here to have that be line, and then maybe the other microphone is set to mic level. You have the choice of adjusting audio levels manually or automatically, but there's not a switch for that. That's in the menus. We'll get to the menus in a second. But if you're adjusting audio levels manually, then you have the potentiometers here. You can individually adjust channel 1 and channel 2. When you're looking at the display screen and you have the audio meters on, you're going to see that there's a vertical line, and that when you really, really peak your audio out, when it gets so loud that it's peaking, you'll see a red line. These are your indicators for what your audio level basically is. The vertical line, the little hash mark there, represents negative 12 dB of audio. So you know that's a decent level for speech or interviews, negative 12. And then the peaking, as the red mark shows up when your audio is peaking at 0 dBs, when it's full scale. Each of the dots represents about 2 dB of volume. So if you're right at the line, you're at negative 12. If you go one tick past the line, now you're at negative 10, 2 ticks, negative 8, etc. In the menus, you have a number of options beyond what the switches can give you. The first thing you're looking at is the audio low cut filter. This is something that you use when you need it, and you definitely turn it off when you don't need it. The human ear can hear roughly maybe 20,000 hertz down to 20 hertz or so. That's a high frequency to low frequency spectrum. A low rumble, like a truck idling, would be in the low range, very low range, and that can interfere and disrupt your audio track. So with the low cut filter, you can chop that frequency range out, and you're only using the higher range. Well, generally speech is medium range. It doesn't really stretch into the very, very low range. So this can be helpful if you have a situation, you're trying to do an interview and some guy's parked his Harley next to you and the is going on. If you put on the low cut filter, it might chop some of that out. The reason you don't want to leave this on all the time is, first of all, sometimes you're going to be recording, if you're recording a concert, you definitely don't want to cut out the low bass. That would ruin the sound of the music. Second thing is, it can make voices a little tinnier or a little thinner if you've cut out that bass region, especially if somebody who has a deeper voice. It can make them sound more like, they're on a telephone or an AM radio if you cut out the bass. Another reason why you might want to consider cutting the lows out is if it's windy and you're hearing a lot of wind rumble in your microphone. If you put on the low cut, a lot of wind rumble is low frequency, and so that can clean up and make your audio a little clearer. It's not going to magically make all wind noise go away, but it can help some. Next thing to look at, the audio level command. This is where you choose whether you want manual or automatic level control. Generally, for professional purposes, automatic control is kind of frowned upon because it can result in the audio pumping and dropping depending on how the background sound changes. But I find it very handy for times when you can't control the audio level. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll set one channel on auto and the other channel on manual. I'll set the level where I think it should be, but just in case things get too loud or too quiet, at least I have that backup track, that one channel on auto and the other channel on is if it's windy and you're hearing a lot of wind rumble in your microphone. If you put on the low cut, a lot of wind rumble is low frequency, and so that can clean up and make your audio a little clearer. It's not going to magically make all wind noise go away, but it can help some. Next thing to look at, the audio level command. This is where you choose whether you want manual or automatic level control. Generally, for professional purposes, automatic control is kind of frowned upon because it can result in the audio pumping and dropping depending on how the background sound changes. But I find it very handy for times when you can't control the audio level. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll set one channel on auto and the other channel on manual. I'll set the level where I think it should be, but just in case things get too loud or too quiet, at least I have that backup track that automatic level may be attempting to compensate for. I'll probably never use it, but it's nice to know that it's there if you do need it. Then you have the automatic limiter. This is an option that if sound suddenly gets too loud, it'll become overmodulated and distort. You know, if it starts peaking, you don't want that to happen. The limiter is like a safety net to help protect you from that happening. If the sound suddenly starts to get too loud, the limiter will come in and try to clamp down the volume and protect you. It's a good thing to have on if you are not running automatic audio and you're not taking a feed from a professional sound person. You know, if they've got their own mixer, let them deal with the limiter. But if you're just running your own microphone, I generally leave the limiter on. You can link the two channels together also so that both channels will drop when the limiter kicks in, or you can choose one channel or the other to use the limiter. If sound suddenly gets too loud, it'll become overmodulated and distort. You know, if it starts peaking, you don't want that to happen. The limiter is like a safety net to help protect you from that happening. If the sound suddenly starts to get too loud, the limiter will come in and try to clamp down the volume and protect you. It's a good thing to have on if you are not running automatic audio and you're not taking a feed from a professional sound person. You know, if they've got their own mixer, let them deal with the limiter. But if you're just running your own microphone, I generally leave the limiter on. You can link the two channels together also so that both channels will drop when the limiter kicks in, or you can choose one channel or the other to use the limiter. And then the last options that we have in here is where you can adjust the sensitivity of the ports. Now, I said that a microphone level is a lot lower, a lot quieter than a line level. That's true. But line levels can also be louder or quieter. There are two different standards for line level. And microphones, some microphones are extremely sensitive and they put out a really hot signal. Some microphones are not so sensitive and their signal isn't as hot. So you can come in here, if you're not getting levels that you like, just adjust the line level. Because if whatever it needs to be, so that when you're adjusting the audio dials here, ideally you want to be somewhere around the middle. If when you set your audio level to the middle here, and your microphone is blowing out, then obviously your microphone's too sensitive. You're going to want to go into this menu and adjust the XLR input level down some, the mic level input down, and then you have a separate control for line level. I hope that helps demystify and explain all the various capabilities and features of what the UX cameras can do in regards to audio, and now hopefully you'll be able to get even better audio recordings than you ever did before. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned to this video series. Look at the rest of the entries in this series for even more tips and tricks on how to best use your UX camera.
Panasonic. Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague.